Hey family, welcome back, welcome back. I'm just gonna jump right in. Listen, the most randomest thing happened. I was walking and a dragonfly dropped out of the sky dead in front of me twice. I don't hardly ever see dragonflies, let alone two, in different places of the city in one day. And both, I think they were dead. Like they just fell there. Like why would it? It must have been dead. So, I know dragonflies mean like transformation. Um, but for it to fall out like so, something like suddenly, I'm gonna have to look more into that. That was crazy. Um, mm, let's see what we have for you today, though. All right. I asked my grandfather, "Why do I feel stuck?" He said, "Because you keep waiting for permission to move." At Echoes of Wisdom. Story time. When God said He ain't make me a okay, okay, okay. All right. All right. I asked my grandfather, "Why do I feel stuck?" He said, "Because you keep waiting for permission to move." And this is a quote from Echoes of Wisdom. And so, this quote reminded me of the same thing when I was asking God. I was like, I wanted to move. You know how it is, family. Like you want to move, so you're praying about your situation, and I heard God say, like, I didn't make you a tree. I mean, I gave you legs. You can move. You know, it's nothing stopping you. Sometimes you have to, step out on faith. You know, let your anger out, and then let it go. Forgive him. Aang, Avatar, the Last Airbender. And things happen in our past or in our life that it upsets us, and we're going to feel our anger, family, and it's okay. I know sometimes people try to make you think like, oh, you're not supposed to, if you're righteous, you're not supposed to feel. You're human. Most of you. So you are, it's okay if you have your feelings. It says you can be angry, but don't sin. So you need to feel it to heal it, right? So it's okay if you let your anger out um in a healthy manner, like whether it's journaling, whether it's like, I don't know, whatever you do, boxing, whatever it is, going for a jog, like however it is that you need to let your anger out healthy. You let your anger out, and then you forgive that person. Remember, forgiveness is not saying that it's okay what they did, because it's not saying you have to let that person into your life again or anything like that. Forgiveness is releasing it. That's how, if you want peace, and I think it was a Michael Freeman, he's a pastor on TBN. He said rest. He gave it the acronym rest, REST. Release every single thing. Like that is how you have your peace. Everything is in God. You belong to God's. Vengeance is His. Don't take what belongs to God's. You keep on your path. You are here to change the world. Don't let the world change you. Next card. Ring around the rosy, pocket full of posy. Ashes, ashes, all fall down. Ring around the rosy was a poem that was written about the Great Plague in 1665. The rosy or roses could be a euphemism for plague, fever, rashes. Pocket full of posies were used to cover such stench of the dead. Ashes represented cremation. We all fall down, indication of death. Wow, that's kind of grim. But that was a story, a children's story poem. You heard "Ring Around the Rosie." That's what it was from. So, what I'm getting here, family, is something might be is deeper than what somebody might be making it. And also, we can't leave out the part of death. And remember, I told you about the dragonflies falling out the sky, and dragonflies on its own is always a symbol of, transformation. And so with it, it is in death twice. Like, this can be something. Before I get into that, let me read the bottom of the deck. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. So, it's going to be some things that's going to be happening suddenly, like sudden changes that's around you, that's going to happen around you, around us, who knows. But it's going to be things that's going to be happening suddenly. But you're not to fear. It's another scripture, 1,000 on the left, 10,000 on the right, but it shall not come near thy dwelling. So this is the part where we're gonna have to go from whatever it is that your faith is. You're gonna have to really be secure and grounded in that. Remember, is those that know the Lord. Now, no more believing. You gotta know the Lord to do great exploits. Because if you know, then you won't be able to be deceived. If you don't know, then you're going to be able to be deceived, because you can believe something, like I said, even the the enemy believe. But if you know someone, or if you know someone, then you can know their voice, them. So when you hear something and it's like, nah, that don't sound like them, because you got to know them. So their characteristics. So somebody says somebody, did something, and you like, they don't sound like them, and that's the same way you got to be when it comes with knowing God. So you have to have a personal relationship, because it's going to be some things that's going to make you angry. It's going to be sudden. But you're going to be okay. As long as you remember who you are. As long as you remember who you are. Remember whose you are. Remember, you don't have to fight. You maintain your peace. You got this. You already won. That right now, the devil is roaring like a lion. He's not a lion, roaring like one. Trying to seek whom, meaning that he can't devour anybody. So it's always about perspective. What say you? Make sure you hold your peace. Don't let them take you off your quest. A quest is a sacred thing. It is communication with the gods. A quest is supposed to be hard. That's why few are chosen. This is a quote from Disney's Percy Jackson and the Olympians, season 1. Bottom of the deck. Again. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I will help you. Isaiah 41:10. That was twice. I'm going to end on that one. That was beautiful. Like, it's going to be some things that you're dealing with right now, family. I'm going to get into what you're dealing with. I'm feeling more guided to end it here. I'll just do a second read. But right now, it's going to be things that you're losing. Like with the Ring Around the Rosie, it's things that you're losing. And maybe, and since the Ring Around the Rosie is a childhood poem, maybe it's, things that have been around you for a long time. Things that, from your childhood. But that's how it is when you're on a quest. When you're on a quest, a divine quest, it's a sacred thing. So everybody, they don't understand. Like Nas said, they don't understand your mission. They don't see your vision. Don't understand your mission is to make history while you're here. How long you plan on living. All right. So everybody, they can't go. So you're going to be leaving behind some things, and a lot of things in this time. But you're on a quest, and this is the time that we've been waiting for. We see the signs. I mean, they even moved the doomsday clock up, so it's about that time. Hope. Never lose hope. All is not lost until you lose hope. Movie quote from Boy Named Christmas. So keep your hope, family. Remember, even with Pandora's box, with despair, destruction, remember all the things? You know, all the bad things that came out. What happened? It was closed before they let out hope. One hope, like, can all those bad things. But if you keep hope, aka your faith, because the just shall live by faith, you'll survive. Nothing stands in between you and your highest ideals and every desire of your heart but fear and doubt. When one can wish without worrying, every desire will be instantly fulfilled. The Game of Life and How to Play It by Florence Scovel Swin. Now, again, hope. You don't have to fear anything. It does not matter. Family, you know who you are, so you can't lose anything. You got to know that. There is no loss in God. Anything, he said, I'll give you, what, ashes? What is it? Yeah. Beauty for your ashes. Okay? Repay the years that cankerworm have taken. You know, so you can't, time is never running out. Like, you know, God is the author. Like, it does, nothing matters except for you staying focused and staying on your path. All right. It's like, for me, it's like, I mean, you see everything that's happening, right? Like I said, like all this stuff, like we see it. And again, ring around the rosy though. It's like, if you can just stay centered, you can stay in the eye of the storm. And if you stay in the eye of the storm, you can't be touched. You know, so this stuff might be happening around you, but it's like, I got you covered. You are covered. You will be in the secret place of the Most High. So the stuff going on around you, it won't hit you. Don't focus on it. Remember Noah's Ark? They had one window, and that was at the top. That's because it's not for you to look at the storm. It's not for you to look around. It's not for you to listen to your naysayers, to worry about what anybody else is saying about you. What they don't, let them gossip, let them hate. It's like God is clearing your path. Thank you, like whatever. Like, you know, like go through life like your headphones on, like that Kanye West song. Nah, 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 nah. I can't. You know, was you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. Because you already know. You know, you went within to get your wisdom. So you know your guidance. Like when Noah was building that ark, they was laughing. They was, what if he cared about what they said? Him and his family would drown too, right? So who cares what they say? Who cares? This is your life. You got to live your life for you. It doesn't matter what they say. They always got something to say, but they're not going to be here in 10 minutes anyway. The flood is coming. Okay? This is about eternity. You know, shoot. The quote, what? That Joe Biden slogan, we're here for the souls of the nation. Souls. Like, this is serious. How often have you come face to face with your wish only to mess it up because you didn't believe? You tell yourself it's too good to be true. At that moment, you ruin everything. The one who thinks they can and the one who thinks they can't are both right. Florence Scovel Swin. Black magic arises the moment we try to solve the problems of our own negative experiences. Excuse me. Black magic arises the moment we try to solve the problem of our own experiences negatively. He will turn Nagasha against himself. Manly P. Hall, book Demonize and Black Magic. This is talking about the importance of thinking positive, family, like how we think. How often have you come face to face with your wish only to mess it up because you didn't believe? At that moment, you ruin everything thinking it's too good to be true. If you think, whatever you think, your thoughts are things. They're like magnets that we attract to ourselves. And don't let the fear and doubt, you know, sink in. Because, again, like, whatever you think, the whole world the universe is going to conspire to make sure you're right, to prove you right. So that's why it's important what you think, what you say, to guard your gates, to guard your eyes, to guard your, like, stop listening to what you don't want. Stop confessing what you, oh, let's talk about confession, right? Confess what you want. Confession is not sitting telling somebody your sins. What is the point of telling a sinner your sins? They can't forgive you. When they say confess, like, you're asking for help. Like, if you need, so you could pray together, like, in the area, like, oh, I'm struggling with temptation. Like, I'm not going to sit up here and so you can just judge me? Like, that's stupid. Okay? You confess. It says confess with your mouth the Lord, right? So you confess all the things that you want. Confess the word law, so you confess that. Don't confess the wrong things. And make sure that way everything will keep flowing for you. And remember, you don't go to the dark side again. This is talking about the black magic, as they call it. It says when you're trying to solve your own experiences negatively. So don't, as a righteous person, sanctify. Another thing, sanctify. Despite what you heard, sanctified, or to be a saint, means to be sanctified. To be sanctified means to be set apart. So a saint is short for sanctified. Sanctified is set apart. We not like them, or they not like us. Because you are set apart. We are in the world, but not of the world. Okay? So you are a saint if you are on a righteous path. And as saints, we are here to change the world, not let the world change us. I think I'm just going to quote that. I love that. That is our job. We are not here to be like them. They're doing things. They're throwing things at you because they want to corrupt your heart. They want to make you evil. They want to make you bitter. They want to jade you. And then you'll be like them. Listen. They taught you a lesson, so learn the lesson. Whatever it was to learn, get away from them. You learned the lesson, and this way you can move on. And this way you can heal. Just learn the lesson. But they are going to reap what you sow. So they're going to get everything they put out. You don't have to worry about that. But so this way you don't have to, mess up your karma. Don't seek vengeance. Don't try to take what's God's. Vengeance is God's. So, defend yourself properly, righteously. You know how to pray. You know about spiritual warfare. If it's legal matters, but you know what I'm saying. Don't take like the low road, anything that's gonna get you karma, get you locked up, anything like that. Make sure you stay on the righteous path, so that way your hands are clean. Okay? Kings and queens stay on their throne. They send the guards after them. God got warring angels, okay, that will handle your light work. You don't have to fight for yourself. Okay, that's the beauty of being a king or a queen. You don't have to fight for yourself, okay? The guards get them. All right? So you stay on your throne. They want to bait you. They want you to get off your throne. They want you to be angry with all the evil things that they're doing, but don't let them win. Don't let them win. You let them win if you become like them. Sometimes it's a blessing to not get what you want. To not get what you want, right? Rejection is protection. The laws of nature obey no man and knows no virtue or vice. The laws of nature obeys no man, knows no virtue or vice. They are giants that fulfill their predestined work unmoved by the right or wrong use of their forces. Occultists are experts in the science of life. Woe to him if those desires are not in harmony with nature's plan. Manly P. Hall, Magic, a treatise on esoteric ethics. Okay? It's important. Everybody, universal law. We can sing the Lauryn Hill song, right? You gotta obey universal law. What you put out, come back to you, star. If you want to enjoy life and see happy days, keep your tongue from speaking evil. You can't complain and be thankful at the same time. Keep your tongue from speaking evil. Okay, family? What your words or seeds, what you put out will come back to you in thought, in deed, in action. It comes back. Okay? So speak life, especially when you're talking about yourself. When you're speaking over yourself, you speak life. You speak what it is that you want. It's not lying. That's speaking faith. Just like the Shunammite woman. You know, when her son died and she said, all is well. You know, all is well because she had faith and she knew. And her son was brought back because she stood on her faith and the promise that God gave her. So it's like no matter what anything looks like is going on in your life, all is well. Because we walk by faith and not by sight, and you know that everything works out for the good of those that love him. So everything, it must. And it says you keep me in remembrance. You know, so those are the things we confess. In your prayers, you confess. Like, you know, the promises. You're the head, not the tail. Like, you know, so everything, you know, must come back. No weapon formed against you. You know all the prayers, family. You just stay prayed up. In the darkest time, hope is something you give yourself. That is inner strength. Uncle Ira from Avatar, The Last Airbender. I don't need to feel like I'm waiting to be noticed. I know who I am, and I know what I want. And when it comes along. Fiona from Adventure Time. I don't need to feel like I am waiting to be noticed. I know who I am, and I'll know what I want if and when it comes along. Right? You know who you are. You stand in your purpose. And you're not worried or chasing or looking for anything. The right thing, the right person, the right opportunities, the steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord. So you'll know it when it comes along. Home is not a place, it's a feeling. From the movie The Boy Named Christmas. Right? Home is where the heart is. If I committed a wrong, I must make it right. But not all wrongs can be made right. Would you have me not try? From Sandman, 2nd season. So, family, it's never too late. Some things can't be undone. But you can always have a fresh start and move forward and learn, you know, our lessons. So that way you don't repeat mistakes or be in a cycle. And again, you can always try. They want authority, but will accept no responsibility or liability. Manly P. Hall. So remember, we are in control. We want the authority and we want the power. Well, that comes from self-discipline. That comes from having that relationship with the Most High. Remember, that is where you get the power from, to be able to trample over the enemy. You know? So anyway, family, I really hope this helps. I love you. Let's see one more. Knowledge is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is not putting it in a fruit salad. Now, we just have to find your beginning. Even if you lose yourselves, beginnings can be found anywhere, and only those who start can find it, can find their way, and you will recognize it. A beginning smells like spring in the air and hope for a new beginning. And this is by A Night of the Rabbit from the game, PS5. Alright, and that's it, family. I hope this helps. It's never too late, you know, to start over. New things are coming. We got old things ending, you know, like in, you know, the beginning. And now, you know, it's closing with like new beginnings. So you got a lot of new things coming. So you're going to have some sudden changes, some sudden upheaval, but keep your focus, keep your faith, saying your purpose. You know who you are. Remember, you change the world. Don't let the world change you. I love you. Hope this helps.